Hello and welcome to an EVE Online introduction. Let's get going. EVE takes place in a cluster of stars far from mankind's original habitat, planet Earth. Humans arrived here through a natural wormhole and the newly discovered space was called New Eden. Slowly, after the collapse of the EVE Gate, the remaining human civilization slowly reshaped into four empires: the Amar Empire, the Galanti Federation, the Kaldari State, and the Minmatar Republic. This is a space-based MMO for PC we started in 2003. Obviously, like in most other MMOs, you start the game by creating a character. There are many options for customization, and in this case we are creating our character. Let's do one time randomize and let's see what the computer comes up with. Alright. Oops, this guy looks like he's a relative of Elvis Presley. Let's go randomize again. Alright. Click next. Then we name the character and we can start the game. Alright. Finalize, we start the game. This is the office of Captain Lee Scope, my character. The most important change to factor when we play this game is that the character doesn't have any levels like in World of Warcraft. However, characters have skills and skill levels which determine the effectiveness of any of the career paths we choose. Skills train in real time even when we are not playing. Let's say we want to become a combat pilot. Then it is wise to train up skills in gunnery skill tree. The effectiveness of the spaceship is tied with the skills we have trained. As we can see here, we are currently training cybernetics, which is used for implants that enhance one of our abilities. We can modify them, we can apply, etc. Of course, this is a space-based game and we cannot go out into space without a spaceship. And this is what the game is all about. It is about spaceships, pilots, and wars. There are a lot of ships we can pilot in EVE Online, and the one we can see in the background is a battleship, a relatively big ship which uses projectiles. Then here, let's switch to the other ship. Here we have a ship called the Nightmare, which was developed by pirates and specializes in beam and pulse lasers. Then we can check some industrial ships here. This one is called a Retriever and is used to mine the minerals from the asteroids. Very good for early game or later in the game actually, if we want to make some fast money and easy money. And this one is called a Noctis and is used as a salvager ship. The type of ship we use is tied with the profession we specialize in. Therefore, choosing the right ship for the right purpose is of the utmost importance. Today we're gonna use a small ship, the one we see here, a frigate class, to get the feel for the gameplay. Let's get out of the space station to test it out. Okay, go out of the space station. In progress. Alright, as you can see here, the graphics are great. They can be achieved with a moderately powered PC. This ship is used by combat pilots. However, there are many professions out there based on the skills that we have trained. For example, you can become a combat pilot, or you can become a pirate, an industrialist, a miner, an explorer, a hauler, a bounty hunter, etc., etc. Okay. Let's go to the mission zone, and our goal in this mission is to destroy the aggressor ships and their leader. There is an important factor, however, to consider when it comes to gameplay, and that is you cannot manually control the ship with the ASWD keys, but you can use the commands like keep at range or orbit at X kilometers, etc. Manual piloting is possible, but that is not within the scope of this video. The ship we use in this case is very fast, very agile, and is most effective at close ranges due to the way I set it up. It uses pulse lasers with crystals that modify the wavelength, thus dictating the optimal range to engage the hostiles. Now we are going to see the ship in action. Soon we should see some hostile ships. Okay, there we see the hostile ships. These are the ones we need to destroy, and their leader must be here somewhere. Let's check it out. Alright, we locked some of them. Their leader. We can use look at to check ships from close range. Okay, this is their leader. And we have to eliminate the baddies. The effectiveness of the ship in EVE Online is tied to the skill set that we have trained in. Let's say we are mostly skilled for an industry character, and we can still pilot a combat ship if we train for it, but it won't be as effective as flying an industrial ship for other purposes. Now, when I started playing, I thought that the bigger the ship, the better for every occasion. However, I soon found out that that is not the case at all, for one very logical reason. If we are piloting a big ship and want to hit a very small one, it's close to impossible to do it in case they get close, because the guns just don't turn fast enough to match the transversal velocity of the small ship. Okay, the feel we get when piloting different size ships is very different. Big ships are slow but have a lot of defenses. Now we're going to check a big ship called the Nightmare. The one we saw before is built by the pirates. And okay, this is a Nightmare, and this is a battleship, a very big ship. Each ship has 3 layers of defense: shields, armor, and hull. Get all of them to 0 and the ship is going to be destroyed. One interesting thing to mention here is that when your ship is destroyed, it is gone. There is no magical spirit that brings the ship back together. It is just gone, and all the investment we put into the ship is gone as well. Pilots in EVE say, never fly something you cannot afford to lose. Now we can continue. Okay, we can see this ship from close. This is also another battleship. And now we can continue to another profession. This is an industrial ship. It is used to mine valuable minerals from the asteroids. It doesn't have any guns at all, and the only defense against this small pirate ship you see here is the drones it is carrying. Let's check one of the drones from close. Alright, this is one of the drones, and it's used defensively. Alright, the ship is destroyed. Being a miner in this game can sometimes be can feel very boring. However, there are mega corporations that specialize in mineral gathering and production. This is because everything in EVE, every ship, every module used to modify the ships is built by the players. And when it comes to the universe, it is just massive in EVE Online. Every dot you see here represents a system, and it is a player preference if they want to become pirates, since systems in EVE Online have high or low security ratings, starting from 1.0, which is the highest security setting, to 0.0, or it is also called as nullsec. Players can even build space stations and combat others for sovereignty of systems. Teams in this game are called corporations, and corporations can form alliances with each other, joining their powers to create an even greater force. Now, if any of you wants to try the game, please visit www.eveonline.com and you can start a free 14-day trial account. Okay, this is the marketplace, and mostly all of the trade is done there. Everything you see here is built by players themselves, starting from the smallest ships called frigates up until the biggest ships called titans, which are really huge. Okay, this is one of the frigates. Now we can check for one of the titans called Caldari Titan. One sec. Okay, this is a battleship actually. This is called Raven. And for the end, this game is worth trying, especially for the fans of space-based MMOs. The only downside is you need to pay a monthly subscription. Yet again, when compared to the other MMOs, it is not that different at all in this aspect. However, this game has something the others in this department don't. You can pay for the game with the in-game currency, provided that you are wealthy enough, of course, which won't happen the first 3 or 4 months. If you like space-based games, then this is the one to try. Thanks a lot for watching, and leave comments about what would you like to see in other EVE Online videos. Thanks again, and until next time, Captain Lee Scope out.